Stalker 2. Recently I've had the pleasure and displeasure of bringing this beauty into the fold of my Steam library. I'll give you guys a short description of the game itself. This is Stalker 2, a sequel to the first one and the second one, and also it had a prequel, okay? Anyway, this is not really that important, even though it's a head spin. Why does the world look like that? No, not that, okay? I mean, why does it look so dead? Well, we take the first Chernobyl explosion and then we double it, and then we got something called the zone. In the beginning it was called the Chernobyl explosionary zone, but as time went by and people started adventuring in it, they just started to call it the zone for short. The radiation has turned things crazy, from the mutated dogs to invisible monsters and even things called the bloodsuckers, up to bandits roaming the place trying to take your loot. Speaking of people, here are the Stalkers, which the game is named after, I guess. The best way to describe them is mercenaries, but not as organized, but they are very resourceful since the weaklings are called by the zone fairly early on. So now that you guys know what is somewhat going on in these games, why the title and why is it called this way? Well, simple enough, I'll begin with my perspective and my experience with the game so far. Stalker 2 is the latest addition to the Stalker franchise, and of course I thought why not try to get into it. Of course I bought it on Steam at full price. Since the game was 135 gigabytes, I had to wait somewhere around 2 to 3 hours for it to download, so yeah. But after making a hole in the couch, I was finally ready to get in the game. And I had to wait 15 to 30 minutes for the game to compile the files and stuff. Good thing I had the magic ability to pull out my phone and watch Asmonbold.
Did I ever tell you about why I thought Luigi had a bigger dick than Mario?
Now, I was finally able to see what the hype was all about. Turning the game on, I've seen that I was able to get between 30 to 50 FPS, maybe even 60 in some places. So my first thought was like, maybe I should lower the graphics, which didn't really help. I think you guys can see where my problem with the game was. The optimization was und bunch of bullshit. But still I've pushed through since the game prologue had me kinda hooked, not gonna lie, especially the gunplay. Also, I have to say I like the gunworks approach and how the inventory looks. Though for the performance it provides, these things are overshadowed by the constant FPS drops and even some pretty average graphics. Well, I think you should shut up. I don't like FrameGen. I feel like we're all being forced to use it for all games these days while they wanna sell us games at a higher cost, which is kinda BS. Beside the fact that FrameGen does nothing else beside copy images and put them over the other parts of the game to create a smudgy mess, well, a smudgier mess from the normal ones, cause we can't run games at native anymore, even though we could run games in the past in native, fully well in my opinion. And beside the loss in quality, we also get a loss in gameplay quality because the FrameGen doesn't really make frames, it copies the same frame a bunch of times to make it look like you get more. But who cares about the gameplay, right? I mean, it's not like I bought the game for the gameplay. Now, let me see here. Let me poke some holes in this whole thing with the Unreal Engine and all that, right? And how the devs kind of push the graphics a little too much, in my opinion. Okay, first of all, do I look like I care about vegetation? No, I don't care about that. This is not a movie. I didn't come here to watch a movie. I came here to play a video game. Okay, I understand that Unreal Engine 5 is the engine preferred for this game, but who did they make it for? Okay, I want you guys to understand I cannot run this game at low graphics. That's my problem. I cannot run it at low graphics and have 60 FPS. Okay, I'm not asking for much. I don't want to use FrameGen to have 60 FPS, right? So then I can turn on some other bullshit like Nvidia Reflex or some shit so I can actually be able to play the game. No, I don't want that. Okay, on Steam it says at recommended. For AMD you need a 6700 XT. I have a 6700 XT and I cannot run this game on low! Now, let me show you guys my computer, because some people might say, well, you didn't show us anything. Let me show you right here, okay? I got a Ryzen 7 5700G as my processor. I got an AMD Radeon RX 6700 XT, and I got 32 gigabytes of RAM. What do they want me to use, my brother? Oh, and people might say, well, that's because it's you know, maybe you're just using AMD, maybe it's better with Nvidia. No, I got a friend with a 4090, okay? My bro cannot run the game in 2K 60 FPS at high. Even on high at 1080p, that's when he gets 60 FPS, but in some zones he still loses FPS, okay? It's not the PC's fault, it's the game, okay? It's the video game and it's the fucking engine. So, for me or any of my friends to hit constant 60 FPS, you either need a 4090 and you gotta play that shit on 1080p, or you gotta turn on frame gen, which I do not like. It makes me feel sick. The input lag is egregious, okay? I'm so done with it. And the latency thing, it doesn't help. It doesn't help at all, okay? So, here comes the question again. Who did they made the game for? NASA? NASA? Is that it? They need to kill monsters in space? Is that it? Are they so fucking bored up there? They need like a quantum computer to run that shit? Also, here comes another question, which I just thought about. What did they make the game on? An RTX 9090? Are they in the future? Do they have a time machine? Like, what is going on? How can the game run so bad, yet... my fucking head, bro. I don't know. Give me a moment. Okay, I'm back, and I had some time to think about it. I just thought about it. The only people who would enjoy this would be slop-eating Sony or Xbox fanboys who can't tell the difference between 30 or 60 FPS. And no, I'm not talking about the average gamer who has an Xbox or a PlayStation. I'm talking the dick-riding, shit-eating fanboys. Back on track though, I'll try to calm down. The gameplay is nice. The world reminds me of my old days when I was a young lad playing in Romania, and we're feeling like we've been nuked 3 times already. The guns feel great when you're fighting, well, when you hit 60 FPS and not that frame gen shit. The story is nice from what I've played so far, but I won't be able to say any more about it because I haven't played that much, and also last time I played, I got a huge headache because my FPS kept rising and falling, and it just gave me a headache, bro. I don't know, it's something that I feel like it's more prominent in the games that run on Unreal Engine 5. And not only in that, but these days the devs, not just the ones at Stalker, but devs overall, they don't really care about optimization. They care more about making movies instead of making a game. That's my problem with this whole situation. And yes, also this thing happens to me if the FPS is always dropping, since I don't really enjoy the screen moving faster or slower or cutting to other frames all of a sudden. It's like I'm getting a lobotomy right there on the spot. Okay. Maybe I took it a bit too far, but not that far from the real thing. The worst part about the game is I want to play it. Yes, I wanna play the game. I just can't. It's killing my eyes. It's giving me headaches. I want the people at Stalker, if you guys are watching this, please, for the love of God, I almost have everything you guys need. Okay, I don't have the 6800 for the recommended. I have a 6700, and I think I should be able to play it at 1080p on medium. Okay, I don't think that should be a problem. So please, guys, fix this, optimize the game if you get the chance, okay? I've seen that you guys tried something at 1.2, but it's not enough, okay? We need more. But until then, the game looks like fun, but it's gonna have to sit in my library, gathering dust. Have a nice day, everybody. Oh yeah, I forgot one thing. Thank you for watching, guys. Please leave a like and subscribe. And also, let's all enjoy not playing Stalker, because we can't.